Ever wondered how much of your hard-earned money banks take when you send or receive funds across borders? Specifically, if you bank with Westpac, you've probably scratched your head about their international transaction fees. Well, you're in the right place because today, we're diving deep into the costs associated with international transactions at Westpac. It's a scenario many of us face. Perhaps you're sending money to family overseas, paying for goods from an international vendor, or maybe you're an Aussie expat receiving funds from home. Whatever the reason, understanding the fees involved is crucial to managing your finances effectively. These charges can sometimes be a surprise, eating into the amount you're sending or reducing what you actually receive. Westpac, like most major banks, has a structure of fees for international transactions, and these can vary depending on several factors. One key element is the type of transaction. Are you making an international money transfer, using your debit or credit card overseas, or receiving funds from abroad? Each of these scenarios can attract different fees. Let's first consider international money transfers. When you initiate a transfer to an overseas bank account, Westpac typically charges a transfer fee. The exact amount can depend on the currency you're sending, the destination country, and the method you use to make the transfer, whether it's online, via phone, or in person at a branch. You might also encounter correspondent bank fees. These are charges levied by intermediary banks involved in processing the transaction, and Westpac doesn't always have control over these. It's always a good idea to ask Westpac for a breakdown of all potential fees before you proceed with the transfer. Then there's the exchange rate. Banks, including Westpac, usually apply an exchange rate that includes a margin on top of the mid-market rate. This margin is essentially another form of fee, as you're not getting the absolute best exchange rate available. The difference, even if it seems small, can add up, especially for larger transaction amounts. Keep an eye on the daily exchange rates and compare Westpac's offered rate with independent sources to get a sense of this cost. Using your Westpac debit or credit card while you're traveling internationally or when making online purchases from overseas merchants also incurs fees. These can include an international transaction fee, which is usually a percentage of the transaction amount. Additionally, if you opt to pay in Australian dollars when offered the choice by an overseas merchant, often called dynamic currency conversion, be aware that the exchange rate used might not be favorable, and extra fees could apply. It's generally advisable to pay in the local currency of the country you are in or the currency of the online merchant to potentially avoid these less transparent charges. Receiving money from overseas also comes with potential fees. Westpac might charge a receiving fee when foreign currency is credited to your account. Again, the amount can vary. It's worth noting that the sender might also have incurred fees from their bank, and intermediary banks could have taken a cut as well, meaning the final amount you receive might be less than what was originally sent. To get the most accurate and up-to-date information on Westpac's international transaction fees, the best course of action is to directly consult Westpac's official website or get in touch with their customer service. Fee structures can change, and specific fees might depend on your account type and relationship with the bank. Look for their fees and charges documents, which should provide a detailed breakdown. Don't hesitate to ask specific questions about your intended transaction to avoid any unexpected costs. Understanding these fees empowers you to make informed decisions about your international financial dealings. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.